I will say mentally I felt great, and it was low-key kind of confused because I know my brain is so used to going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. I just really feel good, like spiritually, and feeling encouraged again, physically even feeling good, like not feeling groggy like this week I was. It was a week that my emotions was on an all-time high. Detox definitely helped to like mellow that out. When I do another brain detox, I definitely want to make it a thing where I don't multitask at all.
Hey visionary friend, this is the season where we are locking in with our ideas and visions for our brands, businesses, or ministries. But first, we need to clear our minds and get our clarity and focus back. So I want to especially invite you to our 7-day VisionPreneur Brain Detox Challenge, okay? If you didn't know who I am already, I am Myah Unique, okay? And this is the community that was built to build both the visionary and the vision. So yes, we're building you, okay? So that you can carry out the ideas, the visions that you have being the visionary, okay? A couple months back, I literally tried out this challenge for myself first because I'm not about to put y'all on to something that I ain't do myself, okay? So I tried out this challenge first because honestly, I needed mental clarity, right? I was experiencing brain fog, exhaustion, fatigue, and creative drought. Honestly, like I was just overstimulated, overwhelmed, anxious. It was just a lot of things going on, and I just really needed to lock in and do what was necessary to build up my brain and get rid of any fog, any exhaustion, and really just get the clarity that I need so that I can focus on the idea and the vision that I was building. Okay, so one of my current struggles actually in this quarter that I've been really in the process of breaking the cycle of has been multitasking, right? Listen, friend, let me just be real honest with you. I literally have been lying to myself thinking that I can handle doing multiple things at once. Like this whole time it's been a lie. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking that I could literally do two things at once and that was more productive than doing one thing at a time. Like I was convinced that I could text and do my homework, or I could work on my brand and watch a TV show. Like I have been thinking that I could give my mind or listen to somebody talk to me while also working. And the reality was it was making me more irritable and anxious. Okay, so I also think that this brain detox is also going to help me because again, I am working on breaking that habit. So I don't know if you struggle, go ahead and say me too, friend. Me too, friend. Put it in the chat. Me too, friend. Because I know I'm not the only one. I have learned that multifaceted people, visionaries, creatives, multi-passionate people, we also struggle with multitasking. You get what I'm saying? Because we have so many things on our plate and different things like that. Okay, but here's the crazy part. Our brains, we just talked about multitasking, but our brains can literally only do one thing at a time. And the function of our brain is literally affected by so many different factors, such as our diet, our sleep, our exercise, technology, our spiritual life, and so much more. And that's what literally shook me, right? Because it was like, because I am a full-time entrepreneur and I am a creative and I am multi-passionate, and I literally, like, the reason I am able to run my business all falls back on my brain and the creative side of it at that, right? Because I am literally creating things from scratch. So it takes a lot of ideation. It takes a lot of brainstorming, from content to new products, just everything. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I need my brain. And so I learned, like, all of these different areas affect my brain's function. If I don't get enough sleep at night, if I'm not eating the right things, if I'm not, doing what I need to do for my spiritual life, all of these things, if I'm not exercising, if I'm not getting outside, like if I'm not changing up the scenery, like all of these things is affecting my brain's function. And then the reality is most of us are feeding our brains bad food. Okay, we're feeding our brains bad food, not just from the actual food that we are consuming, but also from entertainment, screen time. You get what I'm saying? Like, we are not doing what is necessary to feed our brain properly so that it can actually do what it needs to function. So just think about, what are the foods that you are consuming? Mostly processed, mostly fast food. You get what I'm saying? Like, what are the things that you are doing as far as your sleep habits, your exercise habits? How much time do you actually spend outdoors? You get what I'm saying? Like, when you really think about it, like, and this is something that I even had as a reflection, like, look at your phone. If you got an iPhone, you have this setting. Go to your screen time. Look at the amount of time you are spending on your phone. Look at the amount of time you're spending on your phone. And then we wonder why our brains aren't operating the way that we desire for them to operate. So you cannot continuously feed your brain bad food and then put a demand on it, that your brain work. And then at that, work on multiple things at a time. No reason why we are experiencing brain fatigue. No reason why our brains are literally exhausted. And even though you cannot see your brain, just like, for example, we can see our muscles, we can see and feel those things. It's the same thing for our brains. Our brains are literally, I said that real dramatic, literally muscles, right? When our brains crash, we feel it. Just like when we lifting heavy stuff and it's too heavy, our arms feel it. Just like when we, been using our legs, we've been working out our legs, and we've been walking a lot, our legs feel it. It's the same thing. Like, our brain is a muscle, and when we're not feeding it the proper nutrients and we're not working that muscle and giving our brain what it needs to function, it's gonna crash. You're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? And then you wonder why am I so unmotivated? Why am I so tired? Why is my brain, I can't think creatively. I don't have any fresh new ideas. It's because practically, again, I'm big on both practical and spiritual, but practically, we're not doing what is necessary to take care of our muscle in our head, okay? And so listen, the way our brains were formed, we have several needs, right? Just like, every area of our body has needs, and you need to move it to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing for your brain. You have to move it, use it, feed it the right things, the right nutrients in order to keep it functioning. And it's so crazy because my husband, he is a firefighter and he's an EMT. And so he always is talking like, whatever the anatomy. I didn't take this class because I don't like the body. I didn't like the body at the time. I wasn't a science gal. You know what I'm saying? But I have been learning so much, and even when I took a psychology class, because I ain't no psychologist. I just want to put that out there. But I did learn a little bit that stuck with me because I really love my psychology class. But even learning from Richard, like, our brains literally have several needs. And that's why a lot of the brain diseases and different things like that can happen from you not getting enough sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these things can happen because there are chemicals in our brain, right? And too much of one chemical, honey, can cause a chemical imbalance. And then we wonder again why our brains aren't functioning the way we need them to function. So, you may need this brain detox if you are in a season of building, but you have so many things on your mind that seem urgent, and it's hard to sit still and build one idea at a time. Like, you, again, haven't been doing the things necessary to really give your brain what it needs to function so that you can show up and do and build, and you know what I mean? Like, really write out the vision for whatever your ideas are, whatever your vision is. Like, you need to do a brain detox. So again, your brain can do what it was created to do. But again, we have to make sure that we are feeding it the right nutrients. Okay? And so here are some reasons why you may need this brain detox. and we talked about this already, if you are experiencing burnout, fatigue, mental exhaustion, or even confusion, okay, you may need this detox, friend. Like, I know I've probably been talking directly to you. If you have been multitasking, you're irritable, you're overstimulated, and you are just really looking for mental clarity, I'm telling y'all, like, I literally did this for 7 days, and it literally blessed me. Because sometimes you need to take a step away for solitude. Sometimes you need to isolate. Sometimes you need a good detox, right? Because whatever you've been feeding yourself is just like, for example, an athlete, right? When an athlete know that it's the season, okay, it was the off season and they probably was just chilling. Even then, they still have the discipline and they do the things necessary that they need to do so that they can be prepared for the next season. You get what I'm saying? But even when it's the current season and they are building and they want to win the race, they do the right things for their sleep, for their hygiene, for their health, like in their exercise and in their training. I'm talking to the innovator. I'm talking to the creator. I'm talking to the creative. I'm talking to the builder, the doer. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take, again, solitude, isolation, and a good detox to put yourself in the right headspace and environment so that you can get clear vision, okay? When I did my detox the last time, I took time to step away and disconnect from all social media and all social activities. Like, I just needed to step away because I have, again, on a regular basis, I have so many responsibilities, from work to being a wife, to being in ministry, to being a full-time entrepreneur. Like, I have so many different things, as well as like friendships and different things like that. And it can literally be overwhelming. And so I honestly believe, as a leader, you should always, Jesus, the most impactful leader, always made time to escape. You get what I'm saying? Because it is very imperative that we pour into our own cup so that we can function. I believe you can be a healthy and wholesome leader by first making sure that you are pouring into your own cup so that your body can function, that your brain can function. Like, what benefit can we be to somebody else if we're not taking care of our own selves? And I just had to remind myself yesterday, you need to show up for yourself first. Because if you don't show up for yourself, you can't show up for nobody else. If you're not pouring into your cup, what are you pouring out? Because you're empty. You get what I'm saying? Like, and so at the end of the day, I have learned, like, I want to be effective in my leadership as a visionary, as an entrepreneur in ministry. Wherever I show up, I want to be effective. I want to be an effective friend, an effective mother, an effective wife, an effective entrepreneur, an effective coach, an effective purpose pusher. But I can only do those things if I first take care of myself. So I need my brain to function right. I need my body to function right. You know what I'm saying? I need, even in relationships, I need that to function right. I need my business to function right. So I have to put the proper systems in place. You don't just need systems for a business. You need systems for your personal life. You know what I'm saying? And so I find time throughout the month, outside of this detox challenge, this is me encouraging you to join this challenge, because you need to pour into yourself so that you can function correctly. Okay? So again, when I did this detox, I took time away. I stepped back from everything and I went into solitude. I spent time outdoors for an hour every day. I fasted 8 to 5 while I worked so that I could really lock in. I cut out distractions. I did a creative project to really work my brain muscles and different things like that. And so again, I did this first. I tried this out first so that I could again come back. I showed y'all how I did it. Now I want to challenge you to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into the Brain Detox Challenge, the deets, and the breakdown. All right, y'all, I had to take a water break because when you talk too much, talking is a sport at this point. You get what I'm saying? So I had to make sure I hydrate. now that I tried the challenge out for myself, again, I want to challenge you to join our challenge and detox your brain to gain clarity, mental clarity, and focus. We have created a community for you to join, because I know a lot of the time on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, it's me talking to you, and you know, like, of course you can like, subscribe, and comment, but I really want to make this a community that is effective, right? Okay, so again, we have created a community for you to join to be held accountable through the entire 7 days, because I mean, it's going to stretch you, it's going to be uncomfortable. Remember, it's a detox, so you may have some withdrawals, you know what I'm saying, you may have an urge. So the rules for the challenge, again, I'm going to have all of this in a downloadable PDF template for you to be able to use. It's going to be like a checklist that you can use every day to make sure that you are keeping up with everything, and then also like writing out how you're feeling every single day. And so again, I will have all of that in the link below, or in the description below, as well as the link to join the community and join the detox challenge as well there. If you, again, you want a community, you want accountability, make sure you click the link to join the community there. But again, the rules for the challenge are no multitasking. You can only work on one task at a time, one project at a time. And then also we're going to be adding fasting for at least 6 to 12 hours a day. Only water, because again, we need a detox, right? We've been feeding ourselves the wrong things. And I also have learned, because I understand the benefits of fasting from a spiritual side of things, it really is very important to unclog yourself, right? And to become sensitive, because I believe in building ideas and visions with God. I believe that God can be included in every single area of our lives. And so I'm adding in fasting for this challenge, because God is the creator of our brains. And so I do believe it is very powerful and impactful to add that in there as well. Also, at least 30 minutes outdoors. At least 30 minutes outdoors. Get some fresh air, okay? And then also prioritize sleep. So establishing a PM routine for you to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night, okay? Because I learned you can have what is called sleep debt, right? And I was using this app, which I really loved. I was using this app, and it basically was showing me that if I don't go to bed, and I one night I go to bed super late, and then the next day, you know, I go to bed maybe on time, I'm still gonna feel tired because I have sleep debt that accumulated from when I didn't go to bed on time the previous night. You get what I'm saying? And again, sleep affects you. So no multitasking, fasting at least 6 to 12 hours a day, at least 30 minutes of outdoor time, prioritize sleep, brain foods only. So no processed foods, no fast foods, and then no social media. If you work on social media, 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. But we are trying to eliminate our screen time, okay? So then also daily exercise, a creative outlet. So start a unrelated creative hobby or project like coloring, drawing, brain games, crocheting, to basically work your brain muscles. Because again, I don't know if anybody has ever taken a science class, but your brain is broken up into multiple parts, right? I think the left side of your brain is where the creative side is, either left hemisphere or right hemisphere, one of the two. And then also drink water. Drink water. I did not used to like water. I hate it. I mean, it's still very plain, but I have to drink it because I need it to function. Okay, I can't be out here dehydrated. For all of the rules and all of the entire checklist, make sure you click the link to download that and get access to that. All right, I think that is all. That is it. Meet me in the community if you are ready to join this challenge. Again, the dates for this challenge is going to be November 13th, which is a Monday, to November 19th, which is a Sunday. And we're going to be checking in here on this channel as we go along. I'm going to try to do every day, y'all, but I ain't going to lie, that's a lot, trying to record and then edit and then post. But we're going to try. We're going to try. I may just do a beginning, middle, and end. But again, we're going to try. I'm going to try to get it out. But again, that would be 7 vlogs. And I ain't never did like a vlogmas or none of that. So again, we gonna try. So yeah, I think that is all. That is it. Thank y'all for watching and tuning in. And I will see y'all in the next video.